Money goes missing from an MLB superstar. The madness of March has officially started. So has the MLB. Basketball and hockey have less than 13 games to go. Oh, and by the way, a college football conference is suing one of its schools. All that next 10-minute sports. Hello and welcome, everyone. It is I, your host, Captain Boring. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Comment question of the day: is eating a plain tortilla weird? I have been told that I'm a psychopath because I enjoy the occasional plain tortilla. I would like to clarify, I do not eat a lot of them at once. I eat one at a time when I'm feeling a little peckish. I'm told that that is weird. However, if I were to heat it up, toast it a little bit, then I'm not weird because then it's got some crunch to it. Number one, first and foremost, who's making up these rules? Because they're asinine. Number two, I was told that it would be less weird if I were to take said tortilla, dip it in some ranch dressing, ketchup, you name it, barbecue sauce, and then eat it that way. So am I weird for eating a plain tortilla? Because they're delicious. I should also tell these people that I also like to raw dog broccoli and cucumbers. That means no dressing, don't dip them in nothing like that. Just eat it. Okay? Maybe I just have a better palate than everyone. Maybe I am just better than everyone. Maybe I am a psychopath. Therefore, everyone should be scared of me and no one is. So I need I need some common ground here. Eating a plain tortilla, weird or not. Let's get into it. It was found that $4.5 million went missing or was linked from MLB superstar Shohei Ohtani's bank account to a gambling operation in southern LA. The Dodgers have since fired Shohei Ohtani's interpreter because I guess he's being blamed for this. However, it should be noted that conspiracies are out there and it is starting to be believed that Shohei Ohtani is the one, in fact, making the bets, the transactions as well, and that his lifelong friend and interpreter took the fall and blame for him because if he is caught betting not only on baseball but on other sports, he would be banned from the sport. You just asked Pete Rose how that is going because a Hall of Famer, surefire Hall of Famer, is not allowed in the Hall of Fame for betting on baseball. So he is walking a very gray area. It could be the fall, the quickest rise and fall of one of the MLB's greatest superstar. However, the MLB season did kick off in Seoul, South Korea. In the first game, so Shohei Ohtani, he did his thing. He went 5 for 2, including an RBI in a 5-2 win over the San Diego Padres. And then today, in a thrilling 15-11 game, the Dodgers fell. Ohtani went 5 for 1 in that game as well with an RBI. So the season is off to a hot start in multiple ways. Stay tuned for more information right here on your 10-minute sports report. Let's switch over to college football. So Clemson last week, I don't believe I covered this, sued the ACC for their grant of rights. Right now, Florida State, Clemson, they don't like how much they're getting paid by the ACC and their TV contract. They want out of it. They see how much the SEC and the Big Ten schools are making from their TV contracts, and they want a piece of that pie. Even Notre Dame is getting a healthy amount. However, if they were to leave the ACC, which they are welcome to do, the ACC then owns their home game TV contract, which means that they would get none of that money if their home games were to be televised. And if they were to leave the conference, my guess is the ACC wouldn't even televise their home games. So it's a whole big thing. So Clemson sued the ACC last week. I did not cover that, I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry about that. However, on Wednesday, the ACC countersued Clemson in North Carolina, arguing that the school is subject to the grant of rights and withdrawal penalty it agreed to as a member. The withdrawal penalty is an insane amount of money. I don't the withdrawal penalty right here, $140 million according to ESPN. While also seeking monetary damages, the move comes one day after Clemson sued the ACC in Pickens County, South Carolina, challenging the grant of rights and the $140 million withdrawal penalty, joining Florida State in suing the conference in the first step potentially to leave. Here's the deal. The TV contract runs through June 30th, 2026. If Clemson and Florida State leave, number one, who wants them right now? Because the Big Ten's just about tapped out. The SEC doesn't want to bring the weak, quote unquote, ACC schools into the conference. So what are they going to, who wants them? And secondly, if they sue and get out, every other ACC school is getting out, and we are down to two major conferences, Big Ten, SEC, and we might as well just have semi-pro football at that point in time, so stay tuned there. Let's switch over to the NBA season, and we are coming dangerously down the stretch here. So I did the 10-minute sports report on Tuesday. Let's pick it up there. New Orleans Pelicans went to Brooklyn and got a 104-91 victory. Zion Williamson scored 28 in the win. Mavericks went to San Antonio and got a 113-107 win. Kyrie Irving playing during Ramadan, so he cannot eat or drink between sunrise and sunset, scored 28 points. I think that's very impressive. Denver went to the number one seed Minnesota, and Denver's hot. Everyone, I've been over this. There are two teams right now that you need to be scared of, and it is Denver and it is Milwaukee, and that is it. Those two teams, one's in the East, one's in the West. They're hot, hot, hot. Denver stays hot, beats Minnesota 115-112. Nikola Jokic had 35 points last night. Wednesday, Miami went to Cleveland and got a 107-104 dub behind 30 points from Jimmy Butler. Milwaukee went to Boston and, well, got cooled off a little bit in a 3-point loss to Boston. Jason Tatum had 31. Damian Lillard had 32. 122-119. Boston increases that lead in the East over Milwaukee to 11 games. Philadelphia visited Phoenix, and it went the way of Phoenix because Philadelphia sucks against good teams without Joel Embiid. Grayson Allen had 32. Kelly Oubre Jr. had 18 points in the loss. The LA Clippers have visited the Portland Trail Blazers and got a 116-103 victory. Paul George finished with 27. Tonight, Thursday, New York Knicks visits Denver in a high-profile game. Atlanta visits Phoenix. Brooklyn visits Milwaukee. Chicago Bulls visits Houston. Friday, Boston visits Detroit. New Orleans visits Miami. Cleveland visits Minnesota. Philadelphia visits the Los Angeles Lakers. The Clippers visit Portland. Indiana Pacers visits Golden State. And finally, Memphis visits San Antonio. So check back with me probably Monday. Probably not going to do one tomorrow. Check back with me Monday, and I'll get you all caught up there. Let's look at the standings real quick, and then I'll get to the NHL and then get you out of here. So Boston, with their victory over Milwaukee, it marks 7 straight wins. They are now 8-2 in their last 10, and their lead over the second place Milwaukee Bucks is 11 games. Cleveland is next at 12 back. Next are the New York Knicks at 13.5. The Orlando Magic is 14. Indiana Pacers have now jumped the Philadelphia 76ers along with the Miami Heat. 16.5 back in the 6th seed sit the Pacers. Miami Heat are 7 at 17 back. Philadelphia 7 seed or 8 seed now at 17 back as well. Chicago Bulls are 21 games back, and the Atlanta Hawks are 24.5 games. The Philadelphia 76ers went from the 2 seed down to the 8th seed without Joel Embiid. So scary time there in Philadelphia. If we turn our attention out west, the Oklahoma City Thunder are still king of the West. 3-game winning streak, 7-3 overall, half game ahead of the red hot Denver Nuggets, who are 8-2 in their last 10, won their last time out. The Thunder also sit a game and a half now ahead of the Minnesota Timberwolves, 5-5 in their last 10, 5 games ahead of the LA Clippers, 6 game ahead of New Orleans Pelicans. Sacramento Kings are 8 games back, 8.5 are the Mavericks, 8.5 back are the Suns, 11.5 back are the Lakers, and 12.5 back are the Golden State Warriors. I just want to put this into into perspective for everyone. The end of the season for the NBA, just because I'm looking it up, is, well, that's just too far. That's just too hard. Is April 14th. So we are about 3 weeks away from the end of the NBA season. But if we turn our attention to hockey, hockey is about the same, I would imagine. Let's see here. Hockey, the end of the hockey regular season is the 18th. So exact same time frame, exact same week. So we are, like, again, 3 weeks away from the end of the NHL season. But let's focus on the 19th, which was Tuesday. Lots of action happened. Ottawa visited Boston, got shellacked 6-2. Pittsburgh visited New Jersey, got shellacked 5-2. The Jets took on the Rangers and won 4-2. Toronto visited Philadelphia. Philadelphia is tough at home. Every time they're at home taking on a big team, they win. In this case, 4-3. Colorado went to St. Louis, and behind a hat trick from Mikko Rantanen, I got this right the last time. Rantanen. I just put too many syllables in. Mikko Rantanen, 4-3. The Sharks visited Nashville and got shellacked 8-2. Montreal visited Edmonton and lost in overtime 3-2. So Edmonton stays hot. Tampa visited Vegas and won 5-3. Minnesota went to Anaheim and beat them up 4-0. The Blackhawks went to the Los Angeles Kings and lost 6-2. On Wednesday, Toronto went to Washington and put it on them 7-3. Arizona went to Dallas and lost 5-2. Minnesota went to Los Angeles and they've had zero luck, 6-0. Coming up on Thursday tonight, the New York Rangers visit the Boston Bruins. The New York Islanders visit the Detroit Red Wings. Philadelphia visits Carolina. Nashville visits Florida. Buffalo visits Edmonton. Chicago visits Anaheim. Seattle visits Vegas. So again, same time frame. I will have all your scores from over the weekend on probably an all-new episode Monday of the 10-Minute Sports Report. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Let's check in on the standings. In the Eastern Atlantic Division, the Boston Bruins now lead the Florida Panthers by 3 points, 97-94. Toronto Maple Leafs sit in third place with 87 points. In the Metropolitan, the Rangers lead the way now over the Carolina Hurricane, 94-92. The Flyers are bringing up that third seed in the Metropolitan with 78 points. By the way, the Hurricane are hot. 4 straight games, 8-2. If we go over to the Western Conference Central, we have a 3-way tie at the top still between the Winnipeg Jets, the Colorado Avalanche, and the Dallas Stars, all with 93 points. However, the hottest team in all of hockey does reside in Denver, Colorado, and they are the Avs. They have won 7 straight games. They are 9-1 in their last 10 games and have not lost since the trade deadline, where they made 5+ moves. In the Pacific, the Vancouver Canucks lead the Edmonton Oilers 94-86 points. That is, the now Los Angeles Kings have 83 points and have separated themselves from the Vegas Golden Knights, who now have 79 points, who are 4-6 in their last 10 games. The Anaheim Ducks, the San Jose Sharks, the Chicago Blackhawks have all been eliminated from the playoffs. If we go and look in the wild card in the East, the Tampa Bay Lightning have a healthy 4-point lead over the Detroit Red Wings for that first spot in the wild card. The Red Wings have a 1-point lead over the Capitals for that second wild card spot. And then with they have 76 points, Capitals have 75, 1 point. Islanders have 73 points and the Buffalo Sabres have 71. Let's go out west. The Nashville Predators have a healthy 5-point lead over the Vegas Golden Knights, 84-79. Golden Knights have 79, and the Minnesota Wild, they're just cooking right now. And they, with how sloppy the Vegas Golden Knights have been in the second half of this season, they got a shot. Just 3 points back now, but 1 point behind them are the St. Louis Blues. 4 point behind them, Calgary Flames, and time's ticking and running out of this hourglass for the Seattle Kraken, who have 68 points and who are on a 5-game losing streak. It should also be mentioned that March Madness officially started today, and I do have some scores from the very first games, and I will give them to you now. The Fighting Kevin Kearns, luck ran out against Creighton 77-60. The number 2 seed Arizona beat the coach who was fired but still coaching, Long Beach State, 85-65. Duquesne out of Pittsburgh beat BYU 71-67 in a thrilling game. And Tom Izzo knows how to win in March. As a 9 seed, they beat the 8 seed Mississippi State Bulldogs 69-51. I should have it mentioned right now that number 1 seed North Carolina is beating Wagner 85-58. Illinois, 3 seed Illinois is in a halftime 1-point lead battle over number 14 Morehead State, 39-38. Oregon, number 11 seed, is tied with 6 seed South Carolina, 21 midway through the first. And that'll do it for today's rendition of the 10-Minute Sports Report. Thank you for being here. I will try to get you all caught up on Monday. I got March Madness. I'll have NBA. I'll have NHL. I'll have whatever other news comes out. Again, let me know. Am I weird for eating a plain tortilla? I don't even care at this point because I love plain tortillas. Feeling a little peckish. It's more of a texture thing in my mouth. I like how soft it is, easy to chew. Do I sound 80 years old? Yes, but I'm Captain Boring. Don't forget to go follow us on Twitch. We are 3-0 are the Buffalo Bills on the new season. So go follow me on Twitch at Captain Boring 11. Until next time, know God loves you. I will pray God bless you. Wash those hands, you filthy animals. Peace out, everyone. Have a great and safe weekend.